Federated learning of cohorts. Okay, guys. Google's new thing, FLoC. Oh my god, man. All the companies trying to do the new privacy things, man. Apple doing it. Now Google has made this, but this is pretty comprehensive and I'm kind of into it, right? So let me go over what even is, federated learning of cohorts, FLoC. I'll leave a link to the GitHub article for this so you guys can go ahead and read all of this out so you guys can see the details or you guys can see some of the code that's over here. So basically what federated learning of cohorts is, it's basically where instead of making cookies, right, browser cookies that track each person individually and track their interests and based on that serve them ads on different websites. This is more like Google Chrome will be able to see the different sites that you visit and based on that they'll put you into a group of people. So this group of people will have a specific name and they'll all have the specific common interests, right? And that's like a cohort. That's like your cohort, right? So it places you on cohorts based on your browsing history. So now these new cookies will have the cohort, right? So if a page wants to serve you ads, they'll serve you ads based on your cohort, not based on you specifically. So it's just meant to kind of increase user, privacy, right? I'll put up some code on the screen or maybe you're able to see it here. So basically what this code is saying is it's basically saying that that it's gonna be able to see the each URL that you have in your browsing history, and then based on that it'll be able to see what is in that website, right? Or maybe even what is in that URL. So you can see here URL that's search params and stuff, right? So based on what's over here, kind of based on what the URL content has, based on what the website content has, it can get that information, and based on that information from a wide variety of all the websites that you visit, it'll put you in this cohort, right? So of course this is not perfect. There's a lot of issues, right? So first of all, one way that people can abuse this is by being able to identify people more specifically, right? Because it can be hard to just identify someone with just a cohort, but if you're able to identify someone with the cohort plus their public IP address, it might be way easier to identify each specific person, which is definitely a big thing in all the security researchers' mind. They're like, what the hell is this? I get that. Okay, that's definitely quite an issue if people are able to just track you. It's like, what's the point of this? So they're saying that what they can do to combat that is basically they can make the cohorts large enough so it's you're not even able to really track people based on it because it's just such a large group with like thousands of different people in each group, right? Another thing is like sensitive categories, right? And based on this, it mainly means personal hardships, right? Stuff that you're going through that you don't want advertisers to be able to kind of exploit. So basically what they're doing for sensitive categories is they're basically gonna see, like you can see here, cohorts should be evaluated for fairness by measuring and limiting their deviation from population level demographics with respect to the prevalence of sensitive categories, right? So basically it's saying that based on the population, based on what the population thinks of what are sensitive categories, based on that it's gonna judge what are sensitive categories and what should go into this calculation, right, to add you to a cohort. So this is kind of a weird, kind of complex. Even I'm still trying to understand what that is, right? But let's move on to opting out of computation, right? So this is basically talking about how web pages can opt out of computation. So it's gonna opt out and they're not gonna actually be in the calculation. They're not gonna be in the cohort calculation when it's calculating what cohort to put you in. So basically here you can see for the techie people, super like JavaScript people and stuff watching this, you can see if you put basically interest dash cohort, it's gonna add it to the computation. But if you put something like interest dash cohort equals nothing, it won't be in the calculation, right? And considering we're talking about calculation, let's talk about how does it actually calculate what cohort to put you in, right? So the main thing that it does is it runs a sim hash algorithm. Right, so you guys are wondering what is sim hash algorithm. Let me show you guys. Sim hash algorithm. Right? So basically what it is, it's basically this algorithm that's used to find duplicate pages. So basically it's like an algorithm developed by this guy, right? Moses Cherikal. He basically developed it, and basically it's gonna run this algorithm so you can see how close the pages are to other people that use the same FLoC, and based on that it can put you in the cohort, right? You can see how similar are these web pages and these keywords, right? Because it's gonna get the keywords from this, right? All the different keywords from the web pages this guy's looking at compared to all the different keywords from this cohort group, so it can put you in the correct cohort group. That's kind of how that part of this works, right? So basically, how you can actually get this to work when it actually kind of it comes out more, like that. I think there's some limited testing or something, but you have to have all of this stuff, right? You have to be logged into a Google account and sync history data with Chrome. You cannot block third-party cookies. You have to have web and app activity, like you have to be able to share that with them in the my account thing, and you have to include all of this. This stuff you guys can read, right? I actually use Brave. I don't use Chrome, so I mean, if you just don't want to, I have such a weird solution. Like it's just a solution for Chrome, because if you don't want people to track you, just use Brave. Like it literally already blocks everything. It's like what? I don't know, but yeah. So if you're wondering if you have all of this stuff enabled, if you haven't changed any of it, like if you just made your Google account and gone on Chrome and using it, if you haven't changed anything, then these are the defaults. You'll already be opted in, so that's fine. So yeah, that's basically how this works. Like some of the security researchers are about to they hate this so much, like they just want to shut down this whole thing. They think it's such a terrible idea. I don't think it's that bad. I see the idea behind it. I see the concept, and I think it could become into a thing for Chrome. There's definitely ways to abuse it, but here they have all different ways that they can kind of make sure that abuse doesn't happen, like such as making really large cohort groups. That's the main thing. If you go through and read all of this like I did, you can see that the main thing that they talk about is making cohort groups very big, so that it's harder to identify someone, right? Because they're just part of this huge cohort group with thousands of people in it. So I think it's very interesting. Let me know if you guys have it or how to test it out or something. I don't even have Chrome installed. You guys can see, there is no Chrome here, right? Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Please subscribe. Bye.